thousands of our beloved leaders, people with special needs, solitude, and all who are stricken close in our hearts, and raise our voices in supplication that the Lord comfort them. Pray too, please. Pray. Find out how you might help bring extra hope to our isolated seniors across the area. You know how it feels when you've saved enough for that long-awaited home edition? Now imagine an addition on that addition. That's the feeling of Capital One, where a new savings account earns an interest rate 5 times the national average. That's right, 5 times. As represented by 5 times is banking reimagined. Capital One, what's in your world? Terms apply. No comparison based on FDIC national rates. Capital One and member FDIC. Action-oriented together. Now, here's how you can help right-hand side kids. The world of central listening. If you're thinking, what is sarcoma? We're glad you're listening. Sarcoma is a rare cancer of the body soft tissue. This cancer affects thousands of lives to deal with. The Sarcoma Foundation of America partners with like-minded heroes. Sarcoma patients get funded research and widespread awareness. Learn how you can join forces. Here's how. Times are challenging right now in New York. The crossroads agreement. Call 877-461-0425. Radio to keep Green will take care of your lawn and take care of you. WCBS News Time is 3:28. It's time for traffic and weather together on the 8th, sponsored by True Green. We head over to the traffic center first to check in with Jim Feldman.
We're checking out level 1 at airport transit service now has been reduced to hourly service for the afternoon as crews are repairing some track damage caused by earlier debris on the track. They expect it to be completed by about 5 this afternoon, but for the time being, it's going to be reduced to hourly service. Path, you've got a modified schedule as well, system-wide, same on New Jersey Transit. On the rails, it is a modified President's Day schedule. To Brooklyn, where the delays continue on the inbound side of the Gowanus near 38th, an accident blocks a lane. Delays not only back to the split of the belt that's on the belt halfway by Bay Ridge Avenue, and also on the outbound side now from Police Sector. And that has got the left lane shut down. Staten Island bound bridge, it's moving well. Eastbound Staten Island Expressway, however, still have that construction approaching the Bay Arizona Bridge. 2 lanes are still closed with that. Watch for delays too if traveling in New Jersey and you're traveling on southbound Route 9 or 35 in South Amboy, right by Raritan Street. There's some emergency construction that is the right lane blocked with that. Southbound New England Thruway 287 in Portchester by that split. There's an accident there blocking the lane. And here's meteorologist Danielle Nibble in the WCBS Weather Center.
Well, we will have a little bit of rain developing here later on this afternoon. Right now, radar a little bit deceiving as it does look like we're seeing the rain coming down across a good part of North Jersey, but not much of that really reaching the ground yet at all. And then it will stay damp for tonight with rain and drizzle off and on. Our low tonight 44. Tomorrow, it's going to be another cool day. A little rain or drizzle, a little bit. The sunshine breaks out later on in the afternoon, going up to 52 for tomorrow. It'll be noticeably milder, more seasonable to round out the weekend. On Sunday, we'll start off with sunshine, some clouds will mix in for the afternoon. 63 degrees the high for Sunday. Moving in, a little rain returning for the morning hours, 56. And then for Tuesday, some sunshine, a good way to clouds with a high of 62 degrees.
More than just the headlines. This is CBS News Radio 880.
Governor Cuomo says hospitalizations and
Everyone, WGY, I'm Diane Donato. Reaction coming into President Trump's plan to reopen the economy. Your top stories in 1 minute, but first, traffic and weather. This report is sponsored by the Ad Council.
We still have a crash on the right shoulder on the westbound side of I-90 approaching exit number 2. All lanes are open, virtually no delay through that area. And we have construction on the thruway traveling eastbound between 890 and the northway along the right side, and also on the southbound thruway just south of 787, also on the right side. From the WGY Price Chopper Market 32 Traffic Center, I'm Mike Barker.
This is an American Red Cross blood donation alert. We are currently facing a severe blood shortage. Healthy blood and platelet donation. Red Cross today.
WGY AccuWeather forecast. The National Weather Service in Albany has extended a winter weather advisory into the immediate capital area For 7 p.m. tonight until 10 tomorrow morning, Weather Service says 2 to 5 inches of snow may fall in the capital region. Tomorrow, clouds give way to sun, the high 50s, cloudy skies at News Radio 810 and 103.1 WGY. Our top story, members of the Trump administration describing the new guidelines for reopening the economy. Fox's John Decker has the details.
White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow explaining to Fox News how the president envisions the U.S. economy ultimately reopening all across the country.
This will happen phase by phase. It will be a gradual transition. Basically, we have given a set of guidelines, a roadmap, if you will, which will be data dependent.
The guidelines don't suggest specific reopening dates. Instead, they encourage states to base their decisions on data. The White House's plan says states should move to the first phase of reopening after exhibiting a downward trend of positive tests over a 2-week period. In Washington, John Decker, Fox News.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is praising President Trump's plan to reopen the company, but wants more testing to be put in place.
If we don't have a strong, adequate testing regime, we're going to have real trouble. You have to know who has the illness, who's immune from the illness.
That's Schumer on MSNBC. During his daily briefing today, Governor Cuomo was asked if he would consider a regional or county-by-county approach to reopening the state. He says the idea intrigues him, but he has concerns.
What happens to all that pent-up demand from the rest of the state of people who are dying to get out of their house? Would you create inadvertently a problem for that place where you'd see all sorts of people descending there because that's now open, right? The first barber shop to open, there's going to be a line going out the door. The first hair salon to open, right?
Cuomo says there continues to be about 2,000 people a day who walk into hospitals and test positive for the virus. For more news, listen to The Daily Dive. The big news stories explained, not shouted. Listen to The Daily Dive each day on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. WGY News Time is 3:34. Our next news update at 4. I'm Diane Donato. The Sean Hannity Show continues in less than 3 minutes on News Radio 810 and 103.1 WGY. The Capital Region's breaking news, traffic, and weather station.
Hi, Rick Edelman here. Join me this Saturday for the answers to all your questions on investments, taxes, planning for retirement, mortgages, getting your kids into college, and more. It's the Rick Edelman Show every Saturday at 10 on News Radio 810 WGY.
Get your free credit scorecard today, even if you're not a Discover customer. It includes your FICO credit score, and checking your scorecard won't hurt your credit. Learn more at discover.com/credit scorecard. Limitations apply. As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation.
Watching TV, maybe he should get up and go to work. In that tweet, the president went further, claiming, "We built you thousands of hospital beds that you didn't need or use." And irked Cuomo, who, dripping with sarcasm, replied, "The projections were high, and they were the president's projections." And in a stage whisper, Cuomo added, "They're your projections, Mr. President." Mr. Trump also tweeted, "We have given New York far more money, help, and equipment than any other state by far," and accused the governor of not saying thanks. Cuomo said that he has said thank you a number of times, and he added, "What am I supposed to do? Send a bouquet of flowers?"
Well, let's get to the crucial information from the briefing. I know the
reopening. The governor's point is that the governor pointed out that and quoted the president as saying that he, the president, didn't want to get involved. I want the federal government involved. Also, cannot afford to do it, and the federal government really has to intervene.
That's WCBS reporter Rich Lamb.
Has always been faster, higher, stronger. With the industry's strongest warranty. This water heater's
In times like these, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed every day by patients facing a range of serious illnesses. If you're healthy, please schedule an appointment to donate by visiting redcrossblood.org. Balance of Nature's fruit and veggie capsules contain 100% fine-ripened fruits and vegetables, tested pure with no pesticides, fillers, or additives of any kind, and are the most effective whole food supplements on the market today. Fruits and vegetables are on an average 85% water. Balance of Nature uses cold vacuum technology to remove the water, leaving only the whole food. Our cold vacuum technology maintains 99% of the fresh fruits and vegetables' original nutritional value. Don't wait to see what getting over 10 servings of whole fruits and vegetables every day can do for you. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Start your journey to better health today by calling 1-800-2468-751 or by going to balanceofnature.com. Again, that's balanceofnature.com. And make sure to receive this special radio offer by using discount code ALLNEWS. WCBS News Time, 3:38. Time for traffic and weather. Together on the 8th. Here's Jim Feldman.
So this starting back in Westchester, southbound side of the Lincoln Freeway, highlights on Route 287. There is a crash blocking the lane. New York City Freeway, if you don't have Easy Pass, you'll get that building with
Afternoon and seasonal rain, much soon, including undone.
are not Wilkes' effort in giving the raises go to provide relief to individuals, 800 for couples.
This morning, the
May 20th, that's our going down. We know some people include
Sounds wrong. Like we hear this. And you know what else sounds wrong? That with a Marcus by Goldman Sachs online segment. In business today, being ready, advertising dedication you
Census. Respond on paid for by U.S. Census Bureau. When someone you love is recovering from an illness or surgery, managing health challenges, or needing care at the end of life, and compassion are second to none. To help their loved ones get out of the hospital and get the care they need at home. Stabilize and reopen its economy. President Trump tweeted during Cuomo's press conference that Cuomo should get to work. 2, Mayor de Blasio canceled all large gatherings like parades and non-essential events in May. And 3, Mayor de Blasio is making $6 billion worth of budget cuts for the city that he says the city needs to recover from the coronavirus shutdown. What part of the mayor's plan? To eliminate the entire summer youth employment program. Those who work with at-risk youth and foster youth say the cuts could be devastating. Jennifer Jones Austin, CEO of the Federation of Protestant Welfare Agencies, the FPWA, joins us now. Can you tell me which cuts you're most concerned about?
For the summer program for young persons, the SYEP program, the teaching programs, and concerned because these are programs that provide enrichment supports to young persons during the summer months. The SYEP helps to put income into the homes of the families of people who are struggling. And these programs existed, before COVID came to New York City and devastated many families and so on. All the more programs like SYEP.
What do you think the mayor should be considering instead?
The mayor has a very, very difficult challenge. We well understand that the revenues that it anticipated because the economy is suffering right now. I don't want to speak to the mayor and say exactly where they need to come from right now, but what I am asking is that we look at what can we do? What can we ensure that the young persons who will suffer the most from them are not, more negatively impacted than they already are? What can we do by way of summer alternative learning? Many of the young persons are already out of school because they had to shut the schools and they're supposed to be participating in remote learning. But we know that, several hundred thousand do not have at home the resources, the technology, and the equipment to even participate in a meaningful way in remote learning. So these are persons who are already in some many instances, and now they're falling farther behind because of this remote learning. Not having these summer enrichment programs is going to impact them all the more negatively. And so I'm hopeful that the city will come together and work with the health and human services team, human services agencies, to figure out what can we do to provide some kind of learning experience and maybe take some learning into the kids as well.
WCBS News time is 3:15. While New Jersey reports seeing signs of the COVID-19 curve flattening statewide, it reports another 323 people
For 2 straight days, protesters have gathered shoulder to shoulder in front of the Minnesota governor's residence without wearing masks. President Trump tweets, "Liberate Minnesota, liberate Michigan, and liberate." That have issued stay-at-home orders. They want to get back. Mr. Trump was asked Thursday whether the protesters should listen to their governors. I think they listened to me. Stephen Portnoy, CBS News, Washington.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo cautioned against moving too quickly to restart the economy.
You can't keep the economy closed forever. You just can't. So now we're moving into another phase, which is this reopening phase. You open too fast and we'll be right back to where we started.
Cuomo says the federal government needs to take the lead and make sure states have the testing materials they need to ensure public safety. The administration's framework is a 3-phase plan, with phase 1 including the reopening of restaurants and places of worship. Delaware Governor John Carney plans to take things slow.
We're ready to get on the starting line in terms of the 3 phases of the recovery.
Ohio plans to begin reopening its economy May 1st. Texas is easing some of its restrictions today, including reopening state parks and allowing retailers to sell items curbside. In Jacksonville Beach, Florida, Mayor Charlie Latham is reopening the shore this evening, albeit with some restrictions.
We still have to be cognizant of the 6-foot distance between people, the 10 people gathering, and we're looking to keep people from just accumulating out here.
Some parts of the country are dealing with craziness on the roadways, like something out of a Mad Max movie. CBS's Chris Van Cleve.
Smoking the tires, doing middle-of-the-road burnouts. While most Americans are staying home, the wide-open streets are bringing out the worst in some drivers.
Recently had a speed over 150 miles an hour.
CHP officer John Franzen says in the Bay Area alone, coronavirus hasn't stopped officers from writing 100 more tickets than usual for these extreme speeds.
A U.S.-Russian crew landed safely in Kazakhstan today, returning from a stint on the International Space Station. The 3 were rated with extra precautions because of the pandemic threat. The recovery team and medical personnel were kept under close observation for nearly a month. On Wall Street right now, the Dow is up better than 700 points. This is CBS News. Brought to you by Eno, the Capital One assistant that catches things that might look wrong with your credit card, sends an alert to your phone, and helps you fix them. What's in your wallet? See CapitalOne.com for details.
Your news, live and local. This is WCBS News Radio 880, a radio.com station.
49 and cloudy here in Lower Manhattan. Some of the Hudson Valley and New Jersey getting some light rain this afternoon. We'll see some of those showers later on this evening. And tonight, occasional rain and drizzle. Tomorrow, some leftover rain in the morning, and then some sunny breaks in the afternoon with a high near 50. It's 4:03 at WCBS. The ongoing friction between Governor Cuomo and President Trump turned into a war of words today. WCBS's Rich Lamb has the latest.
During Governor Cuomo's daily coronavirus briefing, President Trump tweeted that Governor Cuomo should spend more time doing and less time complaining. Mr. Trump went further, saying, "Get out there and get the job done. Stop talking." After a reporter read it aloud, the governor instantly reacted. First of all, if he's sitting home watching TV, maybe he should get up and go to work, right? Second, let's keep emotion and politics out of this and personal ego if we can, because this is about the people and it's about our job. The president's tweet also declared, "We built you thousands of hospital beds you didn't need or use." The governor replied, "The projections were high. They were the president's projections." So for him to say to anyone, "Well, you relied on projections and the projections were wrong," your projections, Mr. President. The governor asked, "Were we foolish to rely on your projections, Mr. President?" Rich Lamb, WCBS News Radio 880.
Governor Murphy has given the green light to allow foreign licensed doctors to work in New Jersey. The state had another 323 COVID-19 deaths in the last 24 hours, pushing its total over 3,800. More on the governor's briefing today from WCBS reporter Christy Kalishi.
State Health Commissioner Judith Persicelli says North Jersey may have seen the worst of COVID-19 already.
I would think in the north we have seen the peak, and we have not seen it in the central and south, and it's coming.
Governor Governor Phil Murphy says the state has broken the back of the virus, but that there's still a long road ahead when it comes to a potential reopening of the state's economy. Long-term care facilities across the state are also being monitored by the state and federal surveyors, as a facility in Andover was reportedly keeping 17 bodies in a makeshift morgue.
I mean, this Andover thing is a complete outrage. And so folks out there have loved ones and they're upset about this. We don't blame you. And we're taking it, we got the feds, the Attorney General, your team and inspectors are up there.
Surveyors will continue visiting the long-term care facilities across New Jersey into this weekend. Christy Kalishian, WCBS News Radio 880.
All big events in New York City are canceled through next month. WCBS's Steve Burns has the latest from Mayor de Blasio.
Anyone still holding out hope for the Brooklyn Half Marathon or a Summer Stages concert in Central Park?
We love those things. We'll miss them when we don't have them, but they will be back.
As he did for the month of April, Mayor de Blasio is pulling the permits for all non-essential events in the city for the month of May.
We gotta be smart about what to prioritize.
He says discussions are still ongoing about June events, which include several big parades.
I can't see it, but I want to talk to the event owners. I want my team to talk to them. I want to see what they're feeling.
In order to get to that next phase, de Blasio continues to hammer home the need for more testing.
We still need help from the federal government if we're really going to have the testing on the scale necessary.
10 new testing sites are opening over the next few days, many of them focused in the outer boroughs.
Folks in some of the lowest income communities in this city, people in communities of color that have borne the brunt of this crisis, immigrant communities.
Steve Burns, WCBS News Radio 80.
WCBS News Time 4:07.
Mount Sinai now offers virtual care you can trust from home. Learn more at mountsinai.org.
At Spectrum Business, you can count on us to keep you connected when it matters most, with reliable internet, phone, and TV services. Our network was built to handle the capacity that today's challenges demand. We know these are difficult times for small businesses, and at Spectrum Business, we want to do more. That's why we're providing access to advertising resources, like a free video you can use in social media, on your website, or on TV. And we're providing opportunities for small businesses to be featured on our Spectrum News networks. We are also working with SCORE, a nonprofit partner of the U.S. Small Business Administration that has mentors and advisors to help you navigate SBA loans, the CARES Act, and other challenges your business may be facing. To learn more about what Spectrum Business is doing and how we can help your small business, visit business.spectrum.com/count-on-us today. All trademarks are the property of their respective owners. Visit website for details.
4:08 at WCBS. Traffic and weather together on the 8th. Here's Jim Feldman. And Michael for Washington Branch on LIRR. Services will reduce to hourly as crews are working to repair some track damage that was caused by earlier debris near Murray Hill. On the subways, you've got some delays as well. Southbound 2 trains. With that accident by the Sheridan, and one lane is still blocked with that. And watch for slowdowns as well, starting to build up Brooklyn bound on the Brooklyn Bridge, just volume exiting at Cabot Plaza. Other East River crossings are moving well. The Verrazano Bridge also moving well, but in Brooklyn, on the Gowanus in both directions, still have the ongoing road work between 92nd and Fort Hamilton Parkway. To New Jersey, watch for slowdowns southbound side of the Parkway. It is a crash by exit 138 that does have a lane shutdown, and still dealing with this accident in Westchester and Portchester, southbound on the New England Thruway. You do have a lane blocked right by that split with 287. Next traffic update less than 10 minutes away on WCBS.
Now the forecast with our chief meteorologist Craig Allen. Looks like we have some rain moving in this afternoon, Craig.
We do, but do you see the top line of State 84? So there is the possibility that places like Sullivan, Ulster, Dutchess, Litchfield County could wind up with some wet snow, accumulating wet snow on the ground before it mixes with and changes over completely to rain. Remarkable, huh? And but anyway, it is going to be a chilly rain that's moving into the area for the rest of the region. Rain, drizzle, and tonight's low between 40 and 45, except 35 to 40 in the colder northern suburbs. Tomorrow, it is a damp start, then some clearing in the afternoon, highs up around 50. Clearing out Saturday night, still chilly, but Sunday is better. Sunny most of the day, much milder, high near or a little over 60. A little rain possible Sunday night, but most of the day on Sunday should be dry and near 60. 49 now as the clouds thicken up, humidity 29%, and the wind is southwest at 14. Tonight's low, 40 to 45.
Craig, thank you. It's 4:10 at WCBS. Nassau County is supporting the MTA's effort to get another $4 billion in federal aid.
We've seen our ridership fall about 97% 7% in recent weeks.
Says the LIRR President Phil Ng as he stood next to Nassau County Executive Laura Curran to speak about federal stimulus money for the MTA and LIRR.
I'm concerned that the MTA and the LIRR, if they don't get this money, will literally go off the rails. There's declining ridership, obviously, declining revenues, obviously, and increasing expenses such as sanitizing the cars and sanitizing the station.
Ng says,
So we know the projected impact of this virus is between $7 and $8.5 billion through the end of this year. This figure accounts for only 2020.
and Curran says more money should be given to the states hardest hit by the virus.
Fighting for distribution of federal money based on rate of infection. It makes sense. Some states are more devastated than others. New York clearly is the most devastated in the country, and we need to make sure that the rate of federal help is based on the rate of infection.
Sophia Hall, WCBS News Radio 880.
Governor Lamont has just announced the number of coronavirus deaths in Connecticut has topped 1,000. He says he'll know next month whether it's safe to reopen Connecticut. He tells WCBS there's still a lot of work to be done.
By May 20th, that's our decision date. We're going to have enough testing in place that we'll be able to have a sense of whether the infection rate is going down. We know what the hospitalization rates are.
Connecticut is partnering with CVS Health to open the state's first site using new high-speed virus tests. It's at Gateway Community College in New Haven. The tests are available to those with certain symptoms or those in risk groups as defined by the CDC. You will need an appointment to get tested there. WCBS News Time, 412. Deals ready for an oil change? Get 5 quarts of Valvoline conventional or Max Life motor oil and a MicroGuard filter for $28.99. She's getting married in it. So when you see a bare spot, you need something has been trusted since 1945, and now it works even faster. One Step Complete from Pennington. Honest Green. Get your lawn ready for any occasion. Head to your local retailer to pick up One Step Complete. 413 at WCBS. Time for sports. NBA players will get their full paycheck at the end of the month, but they will be taking less after that. ESPN reports that players are finalizing a plan to withhold 25% from paychecks starting May 15th. North Carolina freshman and New York native Cole Anthony is entering the NBA draft. He's projected as a top 10 pick. Tonight is the WNBA draft. The Liberty have the top pick. They're expected to go with Oregon's Sabrina Ionescu. They also have 3 more early picks. Number 9 and busy night for the Liberty. Giants GM Dave Gettleman said he's still open to trading the 4th pick in next week's NFL draft, but if he did make a move, he said he'd like to have the parameters in place before they're ready to make the pick. And the Jets' Jamal Adams is looking for a big contract extension. He has yet to get one. ESPN reports the Pro Bowl safety will be skipping the team's virtual off-season program, which is voluntary. 414 at WCBS.
It appeared one morning, a message written in chalk on the sidewalk in front of an RWJ Barnabas Health facility. It couldn't have been simpler or more accurate. It said, "Heroes work here." 3 words that captured their courage and our gratitude. To support our emergency response fund, visit rwjbh.org/heroes. And for them, please stay home and safe.
Earning your bachelor's degree was a crowning moment, but if you're looking to define yourself with a master's or doctoral degree, consider Caldwell University. Caldwell University offers nationally accredited graduate programs, including applied behavior analysis, counseling, art therapy, business, nursing, and education. See a list of graduate programs, including on-campus and online programs at caldwell.edu. Discover you at Caldwell University. During this unprecedented health crisis, Van Buren Buick GMC of Garden City Park is open for service, parts, and vehicle sales remotely. They're committed to supporting their customers, employees, and local community. Stay healthy and visit VanBurenAuto.com to learn more.
You're never more than 15 minutes from the big stories on WCBS.
Good Friday afternoon, I'm Michael Wallace. 3 things to know at 4:15. Governor Cuomo says New York needs more federal funding to reopen its economy. He says don't pass the buck without passing the bucks. That after President Trump said the states will call the shots on reopening. The president tweeted today, Cuomo
collective, coordinated call for rent rallies. We are hoping this is a good first step.
But there's no word on what will happen once it's over for renters who are still real estate board of the is there for what amounts to a renters rescue package. $10 billion in rental subsidies to prevent tenants from being kicked to the street. They say more homeless New Yorkers would make fighting the outbreak even harder. Steve Burns, WCBS News Radio 80.
New Jersey Transit will add extra trips to certain bus routes beginning Monday, so the essential workers riding those buses will have more room for social distancing. NJT riders and employees have to wear face coverings. The agency says it's reassessing its schedule each week and may make more changes, so it's urging riders to sign up for its transit alerts at njtransit.com. Mayor de Blasio is not a fan of a city council plan to close off miles of streets to cars and open them to pedestrians and bicyclists. The mayor says he's concerned about emergency vehicles and deliveries not getting through. A bill that would close 75 miles of streets across all 5 boroughs is set to be introduced Wednesday. At least 12 city council members support the measure. Last month, the city banned cars from 4 streets as part of a pilot program, but the mayor scrapped that after 4 days. WCBS News Time, 4:18. Traffic and weather together on the 8th, sponsored by True Green. Some holdups on the Garden State Parkway. Here's Jim Feldman.
On the southbound side, as you get into the area of exit 137 in Kenilworth, we're getting reports of a crash. We also have construction in that area, too, so keep that in mind. Delays back to the Union Tolls. And also on southbound Route 935 by Raritan Street in South Amboy, that's ongoing emergency construction. The right lane is shut there. A-OK across the Tappan Zee Bridge in both directions. Still have construction Westchester County bound in the left lane. Orange County bound Newburgh Beacon Bridge still have some construction there as well. And on 287, if you're traveling on the westbound side coming off of the New England Thruways, ongoing emergency construction, so everything is still shut down. Construction also continues northbound side of I-95 at Stanford. LA Delaware on the Port Washington branch. Service has been reduced to hour minutes away and where they could very north of 84 wintry mix. A winter wet start. Some clearing in the sun with highs up around 60. Looks like it's going to stay to our south, but with clouds and 60 to 5.
Thanks, Craig. 421 at WCBS. It's called the Restaurant Workers Community Foundation. Sure is needed in these times with businesses shut down. WCBS's Mike Sugarman tells us the story of one difference maker providing support to the restaurant community in New York City.
He was a big shot bar director at the Momofuku restaurant empire. Now he's gotten into the non-alcoholic beverage movement and has written a book all about cocktails. But that's not all.
My name is John DeBerry. I'm the co-founder, board president of the Restaurant Workers Community Foundation,
a nonprofit advocacy group
that works to address quality of life issues in the restaurant industry.
They raise funds to help low-wage workers in the business.
Last year we wanted to raise $30,000 and we raised $40,000.
Then came COVID. It put restaurants as we know them out of business, and there are fears many will not come back. Fundraising for those who worked in them went into overdrive, and the public responded.
The funds that we raised were somewhere around like $2.7 million in the past 4 weeks.
$2.7 million in 4 weeks. He and other board members, also successful veterans of the business, are happy they are able to do something for their colleagues in this awful time.
When you're given and the beneficiary of a degree of success and privilege and luck, that there is a sort of a moral obligation to work to make life better for people.
And they've still got a lot on their plate. Difference makers. I'm Mike Sugarman, WCBS News Radio 880.
If you'd like to help, you can look them up at restaurantworkerscf.org. Difference Makers on WCBS is supported by New York Community Bank and the NYCB family of banks, serving the needs of our communities in good times and bad. 59. 422 at WCBS. Time for Joe Connolly at our small business center.
Here are the 3 suggested stages for reopening businesses slowly sometime after mid-May. Now, these are all based on new cases not increasing or being identified and contained quickly if they do. In phase 1, offices can bring back some employees slowly. Restaurants, health clubs, places of worship, and parks could reopen in phase 1 with strict social distancing. In phase 2, at least 2 weeks later, if there are not new cases, Schools could reopen, though many still may not reopen till fall. Businesses could try bringing some more employees back, and non-essential travel can resume in phase 2. Then in phase 3, at least another 2 weeks later, life hopefully returns to more normal, at a pace governors feel is right. I posted fuller details on Twitter at Joe Connolly Biz. For Bloomberg and WCBS,
I'm Rick Edelman. Quick question, unchanged. Are you rebalanced or change your investments? What is
most of the time, it's not just over him going to the National Football League. I'm not being biased for the all. He refers that all. And then once the teaching of the coach is, it feels like, and maybe that.
Been trade for Nick Foles, and you knew, even though, and you're right, Carolina waited too long to cut him, but you knew he was going to be available. I mean, you knew eventually they were going to have to move on from him. If I'm the Bears, I'm a Bear fan, I'd much rather roll the die with Cam than Nick Foles.
Cam would have picked the Bears because you think about Bears football, you think about cold weather, you think about tough physical football. Cam is basically, he's a tough guy, you know, he runs between the tackles just like a running back, you know, and he's tough-nosed. So when you think about that, he has experience, he's been to the Super Bowl, and the guys instantly, when he lost in the locker room, he already has credibility. And of course, Nick Foles will have that because of what he did in Philly. Of course, Jacksonville, the situation didn't go as well. But because he's in Chicago, he's with Aggie in Kansas City before the factor and knows that offense. I think he's going to get some credibility around that because he's not far removed from going to the Super Bowl. But like you said, I definitely thought they were going to go after Cam really hard early on in the process. I think it came down to a numbers game because they're paying the Ricky and everything, options, and then they would have to take Cam or something. We're paying his vote. So I thought it would have been a good situation for him in Chicago. Or choices, but I can understand how Chicago would really peaked because of the physical equity of their organization.
Jason, we appreciate it, man. Great stuff. Looking forward to the draft, and it was really good talking to you, man.
Yeah, man. Like I said, everybody check out Believe and everything Auburn. You can hear me on there every week. I have guys on there, and also on Instagram at JCampbell17. So you can also follow me there. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Jason.
Jason, appreciate it, man. Stay well, all right, man?
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Jason Campbell, former quarterback at Auburn, former quarterback in the NFL with the Redskins, and he mentioned hosted the Believe in Everything Auburn podcast on the Believe Podcast Network. Sid Fernandez will join us coming up at 5 o'clock. We're re-airing Game 7 of the 86 World Series. We'll come back with your calls and the idea Dave Gettleman said publicly
he's more than welcome. He is open to trading back in the draft next week. We'll discuss it coming up. Benigno and Roberts here on the Fan till 6.
With a 1010 Wins coronavirus update, I'm Susan Richard. After 1010 Wins reporter Juliet Papa raised a red flag yesterday, Mayor de Blasio announces plans to fix problems with 311, including priority for food inquiries and adding 120 new staffers. For 24-hour coverage, go to 1010 Wins AM or tell your smart device to play 1010 Wins.
To all first responders and essential personnel, WFAN wants you to know how people feel about you.
How about a great big shout out to all the pharmacists who are making sure that we have ample supplies of our needed medications, and particularly the Walgreens crew on Coney Island Avenue and Avenue W.
We'll get through this together. Thank you. From Sports Radio 101.9 FM and Sports Radio 66, WFAN and WFAN FM New York, a radio.com sports station. Stay connected.
The following insurance solicitation is by eHealth Insurance Services, a broker offering plans from various insurance companies, no government or medical affiliation. If you have Medicare, please stop and listen. In these uncertain times, having the right health insurance is essential. There are all-in-one Medicare plans that may give you more benefits for less money. Call 800-520-1978. Covering hospital care, doctor visits, and Part D prescription drugs. But some of them have extra benefits at little or no extra cost, like routine dental care, eyeglasses, in-home aids, home-delivered meals, sometimes even vitamins and hearing aids. Call now for free, no-obligation information about all-in-one Medicare plans with extra benefits meant to help you get well or stay well. Call 800-520-1978 for your free information. That's 800-520-1978. If you have Medicare, call 800-520-1978 now. Benefits and coverage not available in all counties or cases. Enrollment may be limited to certain times of the year. This message is not for Medicare.
For more than 80 years, Nissan has been with you through thick and thin, and now it's no different. To help in these uncertain times, we're offering flexible and deferred payments on select models for current and future NMAC customers, and special savings across our lineup. This is help when you need it. For more information on payment and financing options, visit nissanusa.com today. For well-qualified buyers, terms and conditions apply. Dealer participation may vary. Offer ends 5/4/20.
Not everything is closed. Here are just some people open for business. Saffron and Howard Beach, New York. O'Neill's in Maspeth, New York. Bantry Bay Public House in Long Island City, New York. Noble Pies in Warwick, New York. And Mary Kelly in Farmingdale, New York. If your company is open for business, let us know at WFAN.com/open for business. WFAN is helping New York stay connected. For more, go to radio.com/stay connected.
No sports, no. Right now, all first-time casino players on DraftKings Sportsbook can get up to $200 to play risk-free for the first 24 hours after downloading and signing up. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and find the casino games in the top navigation bar to start playing. Choose from slots, blackjack, roulette, live dealer games, and more. DraftKings is legal, safe, more secure than secure gaming app. You can deposit and withdraw your money at any time at your convenience. Go to DraftKings.com/WFAN to play up to $200 of casino games risk-free. That's DraftKings.com/WFAN to play up to $200 risk-free for the first 24 hours of casino play on DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, New Jersey only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, I'm Luke Thomas, along with my co-host Brian Campbell. Morning Combat brings you an entertaining and informative look at MMA and boxing. The biggest fight you can make right now, well, that's Jorge Masvidal and Conor McGregor. He's already got the Khabib one in the bag. He's going to beat Jorge Masvidal. The world at that point, he gets a title shot in any division he wants. He can't get it right now against Kimura. Yeah, he could. Morning Combat with a K, radio.com, Mondays. Tell him Big Luke sent you.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
I'm not a big talker. I am a big doer.
Well, sometimes the only way to solve the problem is to get on the horn and figure it out. So the only people I like talking to, Granger. With knowledgeable product experts, ready with the answers to my toughest questions, calling Granger is the one conversation I don't mind having. From machining and motor parts to valves and vacuum pumps. When it comes to solving my problems, Granger's got my back. Call, click Granger.com, or stop by to see for yourself. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
There will be parties against concerts to help our communities when they come back together. Respond to the 2020 census now. Spend a few minutes online today to impact the next 10 years of healthcare, infrastructure, and education. Respond online today to make America's tomorrow brighter. Shape your future. Start here at 2020census.gov. Paid for by U.S. Census Bureau.
From the 1010 Traffic Center, I'm Greg Rice with us at flyhouse.com. Fan Highway Patrol. North Bend FDR Drive, bit of a crawl right now from right around the area of Midtown up towards East 106th Street as an earlier crash by True Green. Times are challenged. TrueGreen.com/radio to save 50% on your spring application. True Green will give call earlier today. And this is the part of the draft calendar. Gettleman said he is open to trading back, which he had said before, but he repeated it. To go where? Yeah, in a perfect world, could end up potentially with the same guy you're targeting at 4. But it just doesn't feel, Joe, like there's a motivation for a lot of teams to trade up.
Well, it also seems like it's pretty much locked in. I mean, if you tell me it's going to be Burrow, it's going to be Chase Young, it's going to be Okuda, I mean, you know, where are you going? I mean, that means that if Miami wants Tua, he's going to be sitting there for him. You know what I mean?
Well, that's a part of why, right, I don't think the Chargers or the Dolphins, maybe the Jaguars, have that great of a motivation to trade up, because the Lions are probably thinking to themselves, hey, if we can trade back out of 3, we can end up with Uncle Daddy, which is the dream scenario. You end up drafting the guy you want anyway, and you want to draft capital. But you got to get somebody to have the motivation to jump. You know, and I don't know, when you look at who's picking up, because you figure if you're the Dolphins are in a sweet spot in that, barring a trade up, they get their pick of the litter of quarterback. After Joe Burrow. So you know Joe Burrow is not. There's not a motivation because even so that's a part of the problem with this idea of trading back with Dave Gettleman. It's not that there's any flaw in trading back, it's that who's trading up to your slot? It just doesn't seem like it's a hot spot to go to right now.
I agree. I don't know who would be trading up to that spot. Would somebody trade up to that spot? Well, this will never happen, but let's say the Jets want to trade up to 4 because they want to get the pick of the litter of the offensive line.
You're not doing it.
I'm saying, I don't think they would do it. I'm just throwing, I don't know.
No, because think about this. If you're going, forget the Jet-Giant connection. I mean, we know that would never happen, but even forgetting that, the cost of going from 11 to 4 is a future first-round pick.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
It's expensive.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
That's why, of course, I understand why Dave Gettleman would be open to trading back. I'd be open to trading back if I'm a Giant.
I don't think he will. I think he's going to take that number 1 offensive lineman, whoever he thinks that is.
Well, yeah,
I really do. I think that's what's going to happen.
No, I totally agree, but not because of not wanting to, but because there's nothing out there.
Yeah.
You know, the one, I don't even think it was a rumor, one idea, and a few people tweeted this at me, and someone did a mock draft of this, and that's Jacksonville jumping up and making a deal with the Giants, where they go from 9 to 4, and Ngakoue goes in the deal. Would I do that if I was the Giants? Yeah, I would.
So what is Jacksonville jumping up to get?
I would assume a quarterback.
Yeah.
They had to be my assistant.
Right, yeah, you would think so.
Think about this.
Yeah, right.
Not every time. This isn't a perfect science, but most of the time when you're making a jump like that, you're jumping to get a quarterback.
Right.
When you're going from, a 9 to 4 or something like that, that's why it would never make sense for the Jets, because you'd be paying a quarterback
I wouldn't do that.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
So I think the Giants they're going to pick it 4.
They're going to pick the best offensive line. I'd be very surprised. I mean, unless there's a big surprise that we don't see coming, which to me would be the Redskins, saying, we don't believe in Haskins, and we're going to draft one of the quarterbacks. which I don't completely put out of the realm. I mean, there's a new regime there. I don't think it's crazy to think that could happen. That would be the one area where it would throw the whole draft into a totally different look into the draft.
Yeah, well, it could. See, if that happens, and I don't think it will either, but you're right, it's not insane to think about it, because for the Washington Redskins, with a new regime, you got to ask yourself, do I love Dwayne Haskins?
Right.
And we just saw it a year ago, where after taking a quarterback in the first round, the following year, you go out and say, I'm going to take another quarterback. We changed our mind. And by the way, that looks like it was a brilliant decision by the Arizona Cardinals. That's why you evaluate.
Yes, I mean, Kyler Murray, I mean, the other kid, where is he? Is he anywhere?
I think he's still in Miami.
He's still in Miami? Yeah.
And he's destined to probably be a backup and never even get another opportunity. So I agree with you. I don't think it's nuts. I just don't think they're going to do it. But even if they did do it, and they said, we love to, we're drafting in the 2, the Lions could very well just pivot and say, okay, we're taking Chase Young. And if they did that, the Giants are probably in the same boat when they take the best offensive line.
They're going to do that, right.
I don't think they would draft Okuda, even though he fell.
I don't think so.
Yeah, and everything Gettleman said about what people say this time of year, I understand that. But he's been pretty consistent in his session with the media today about wanting to improve the offensive line.
Yeah, I'd be surprised, bro. I think it's going to go to Hoyle, it's going to be Burrow, it's going to be Young, it's going to be Okuda, and then it's going to be the Giants picking whoever they think is the best guy on that offensive line.
And my best guess on that is Jedrick Wills, because he played at Alabama. There's a Joe Judge, Nick Saban connection.
Right.
From what you read, and that's most of what you can do, especially when you're trying to evaluate offensive line. You can try to watch games, but it's more about reading kind of reading their performances through the last few years. What scouts think of them, their size, their potential, the bust factor. If I'm is the guy that has the least amount of bust factor. Not the guy. You give me the ceiling all you want.
Anybody can be a bust factor.
Well, of course, anybody can be anything. But sometimes you go in, like I think Mekhi Becton's described that way, where there's I want the surest bet possible. With all linemen is that I end up with years. Be all pro, but I got a solid starting left tackle for the next decade. That's my scenario. When I
right. Or Tony Mandarich.
Yeah.
Right, you can't. Robert Gallery.
Oh, God. Robert Gallery.
Yeah. Those kind of guys, right. I mean, those guys look like they were camping. Mandarich was supposed to be the greatest offensive lineman since John Hanna.
Yeah.
When did he go to Green Bay, I think he went. And obviously that didn't work out.
And obviously you're right when you say everybody's got a bust factor. But I think that some guys come into the draft with kind of a bigger possibility of being a bust than others. And I think that's what you've got to do. You've got to give me the safest offensive lineman I can have. And I think based on school, based on size, based on performance, Jedrick Wills probably fits that at 4. And then you go from there. And you try to fill other holes throughout the draft. But the one thing you can't do is get it wrong at 4.
No.
I mean, you can, but it sets your organization back.
We're well versed.
I was going to say, there is some experience in that factor.
Yes.
Because the hope is, it's a hope. It doesn't mean it's a reality. The hope is you're not picking at 4 again. Now, unfortunately, for the 2 teams that play football in this town, there's been a lot of top picks. There's been a lot of premium picks over the years. I mean, last year, Quinnen Williams was 3 for crying out loud.
3.
I mean, think about that.
No, I'm trying not to.
The Jets had top 10 picks. Top 10 picks in 4 out of the last 5 years before this year.
Yep.
The Giants had top 10 picks in 4 out of the last 5 years, and this year will be 5 out of 6.
And the one pick that they have really hit on, again, we'll leave Donald out of it right now, they want to trade. Oh, they're talking about
it. Right.
Which is absurd.
With the Giants, Eric Flowers at 9, bust.
Yes.
Eli Apple at 10, bust.
Yeah.
Evan Ingram at 23, I don't know yet.
He's not bust, but he's in.
Yeah, but it's also 23, it's not 5.
No, I understand.
Saquon at 2, you feel good about, but he needs to be healthy this year.
Right. And we'll see about the quarterback.
We'll see. Daniel Jones at 6, you still feel good about. But when you're picking at 3 and 4, man, You got to get it right. But I'm with you. It's all
Yes, have not got it right, picking in the top 5. Many.
Yes. Yes.
Many times. Blair Thomas comes to mind. John Jones comes to mind. I think Golston was the 5th pick in the draft. Like you said, Quinn Williams at 3 last year. The jury's still out, but the jury is, wavering for sure. So
Golston was 6, you're right.
6. So I said 5. 6 he was, right?
And Dave Miller was top 10.
Yeah.
Leonard Williams was top 10. He was okay.
Oh, I forgot about Leonard Williams.
Yeah.
He was 6 too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the recent run for the Giants is more recent because they had such success that they were mostly picking in the late 20s for a while, or mid-20s for a while.
Right.
But Ingo Robinson on the panel. Jim Hall with a radio.com sports minute. Stop if you've heard this before, but another former respected Detroit Lions player has spoken up about how much he disliked playing for Matt Patricia. I know every day seems like Groundhog Day for most of us in this quarantine, but most of Detroit must be having the same exact daily reaction when they see another former player who played for Patricia say that he did not enjoy the entire rocket scientist experience. The latest to say as much is former safety Glover Quinn. The former Pro Bowler told Houston's AM 610 from day one, well, Matty's awareness to what kind of character he had in the locker room was not exactly on point. Glover said, quote, "We're like, you don't have to change the culture. The culture is good. They maybe just need to get us over the hump," end quote. Just another former assistant of the Hood acting like the Hood without the track record or the numbers to back it up. I'm Jim Rome.
This is a commercial announcement. Did China really cover up the coronavirus outbreak? Are they telling us the full truth of where the virus came from and how many of their people were really infected? Are they also holding back critical medical supplies? Now, Greg Kelly Reports gives the shocking answers to those questions on Newsmax TV. So tune into Greg Kelly Reports tonight on Newsmax TV. It's already the fastest growing cable news channel in America, carried on every major cable system, including DirecTV, Xfinity, Dish, Spectrum, Optimum, Cox, Fios, Uber, Suddenly, Wow, and more. Just check your cable guide today. And don't forget to vote in Newsmax's national poll, asking Americans if they support President Trump's handling of the crisis. It's easy to vote. Just text the word OPEN to 39747. That's OPEN to 39747. Let your voice be heard about President Trump. Just text the word OPEN to 39747 and watch Newsmax TV. It's real news for real people.
It's another Optimum high-speed connection. Plans are surfacing to reopen the economy, and Wall Street reacts with big gains. Governor Cuomo says the states can't reopen alone. They need federal money. Plus, Mayor de Blasio has canceled all permits for parades, concerts, rallies, and more in May, and he's not ruling out June. The high-speed connection is sponsored by Optimum, keeping you connected to everything and everyone you love. Learn more at Optimum.com/keepyouconnected. Hey listeners, we know how important it is for you to stay connected during this time. That's why our friends at Optimum are here and ready to support you. Their network is prepared to meet the demands of your homes and businesses. So whether you're working from home, connecting with loved ones, or taking classes online, you don't want to miss a beat. I know personally, I've been using my internet now more than ever. Thanks to Optimum Speed. Stay connected to all of you. For more on what they're doing, visit Optimum.com/keepyouconnected. Okay, you know how it feels when you've saved enough for that long-awaited home edition? Now imagine an addition on that addition. That's the feeling with Capital One, where a new savings account earns an interest rate 5 times the national average. That's right, 5. As represented by 5 times more seniors. This is banking reimagined. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. Rate comparison based on FDIC national rate. Capital One NA member FDIC.
The world needs more heroes, more action-oriented do-gooders, more here's how I can help right-hand cyclists. The world of Sarcoma is no different. And if you're thinking, what is sarcoma? We're glad you're listening. Sarcoma is a rare cancer of the body, soft tissue, and bone. And this cancer affects tens of thousands of Americans yearly. The Sarcoma Foundation of America partners with like-minded heroes to advocate for sarcoma patients through funded research and widespread awareness efforts. Learn how you can join forces at curesarcoma.org.
This is our home. We've never seen it look quite like this.
But there's no mistake in it. And it's our job to protect it. We
been what they've been for 5 decades. One of the big reasons is the drafts have, for the most part, been bad.
No doubt, and I'm not anti-acquiring extra draft picks, but I'm anti-acquiring a young star to then try to draft a guy who's going to be half as good.
Well, but
that's basically it.
But it goes back to what we said and what he said, and we said the same thing. Your organization is notoriously bad in drafts. So you hit on a guy in the first round, and now you're talking about trading. And that's typical of why this franchise has given us nothing for over half a century. It's really one of the big reasons.
Casey is in Waterbury. Hey, Casey.
Casey, how are you?
Hey guys, how are you today?
Doing all right, Casey.
Hey, it's actually James from Butch, okay?
James, sorry about that.
Guys, do me a favor. Give me 2 minutes to go on a Giant rant, because I've been a Giant fan since '85, and the Giants are an absolute disgrace. Please, give me 2 minutes, please. I know you guys are Jets fans, and I don't want to put your guys. I know you're not fans, right? Guys, listen, the New York Giants are an absolute disgrace, and this team is the only team in the history of this league who could have a Super Bowl winning quarterback, a Hall of Fame quarterback, and a Hall of Fame head coach, and put these guys out of town. How do you have 4 top 5 or top 10 picks in the last 10 years, and you can't get one of them right? You can't get one right. When you're making a draft pick, you got offensive line, defensive line, quarterback, which they didn't need, and you build those positions when you get a top 10 pick. This team is such a disgrace. And then I gotta listen to Dave Gettleman run his mouth. The guy doesn't even have a clue what he's doing. This is absolute disgrace. I can't even root for the Giants anymore. That's how much of a disgrace.
Jason,
how do you push a Hall of Fame quarterback?
All right, Jason, thank you for the call. Let's start with that.
Okay.
Let's start with that.
You pushing the quarterback, did he say that?
Well, I mean, pushing a Hall of Fame quarterback out. Let's start with that aspect. Did they really push Eli Manning out? The guy had been there probably a few years later than he shot. If anything, the Giants did the opposite. That's number 1. Number 2, Coughlin. I agreed at the time I would have kept Tom Coughlin around. But with that said, it was bound to end at some point, and it probably wasn't going to lead to a championship in the next couple of years anyway. So while that may have been a year too soon, I'll give you that. I don't think that cost them winning anything. So I think pushing the Hall of Fame quarterback and Hall of Fame coach out too early is not a fair critique. It's just not. Because I don't think that's really what happened, especially in the case of Eli Manning.
Right. Look, I know. Wants to not be a Giant fan anymore.
Well, that's right.
Give me a break. Give me a break. What would you feel to root for my team? What are you talking about?
Well, it doesn't matter how bad your team is. You're stuck with that.
That's your team. I'm sorry. Please. If that was a criteria, I would, God knows, I wouldn't be rooting for anybody.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. I don't know if the Giants are going to be any good next year.
I wouldn't care about sports. You'd be out of it.
Quarterback in Daniel Jones.
And Boston looks like a pretty good pick. I mean, even the kid Lawrence looks like a good pick. You're ripping the last couple drafts. So let's see.
I think the biggest criticism with the Giants the last couple of years, they hired 2 characters in Ben McAdoo and Pat Shermer. It's crazy to think Ben McAdoo actually had more success here than Pat Shermer.
He didn't get to finish his second year.
No, I know. We'll come right back and talk to Sid Fernandez.
How about that?
The NFL Draft is just 6 days away, and we're keeping you up to date with all the latest rumors about the Giants and Jets and the rest of the league. Lisa Maggie middays 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Domingo and Roberts afternoons 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. and Mike Francesa at 6. Then tonight at 7, we'll send you back to October 27, 1986 for the Mets World Series Game 7 clincher against the Boston Red Sox.
Now the pitch on the way. He's struck it out. Struck it out. The Mets have won the World Series.
And coming up this weekend, it's classic NFL football. Tomorrow night at 7 as we look back at Super Bowl 54. And Sunday night at 7 when we replay the Giants' big win over the Green Bay Packers on January 20th, 2008 in the NFC Championship game.
All right, here goes Giants again from 47 yards to kick the Giants to the Super Bowl. Snap is good. Kick on its way. Angle break. Does it have the distance? It is good.
So while you're practicing social distancing and staying at home, listen to us on your smart speaker, mobile device, computer, and of course on your radio at Sports Radio 1019 FM and Sports Radio 66, WFAN and WFAN FM, New York, a radio.com sports station. Stay connected.
Good afternoon at 5:03. This is Red Jackman. The Jets have yet to offer safety Jamal Adams a new deal. The Pro Bowler is going to skip the team's voluntary virtual off-season, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. The Giants are getting ready for the draft and have the 4th pick overall, but Dave Gettleman is open to moving down in the first round. He had previously said that at the scouting combine as well. North Carolina's Cole Anthony is headed to the NBA draft. The WNBA draft takes place tonight, with Liberty leading things off, the first of their 4 picks in the top 15. They're expected to use the top pick on Sabrina Ionescu of Oregon. And MLS has extended its moratorium on matches until at least June 9th. Tonight's classic game of the band, Game 7 of the 86 World Series. The Mets lock up their second title. Howie Rose comes your way with a pregame at 6:30. WFAN is helping you stay connected. We remind you to practice essential prevention hygiene. That includes frequent hand washing and coughing or sneezing into your elbow. For more information, go to radio.com/stay connected. 48 degrees, and that's what's happening. I'm Rich Ackerman. Listen to the fan anytime, anywhere. Download the radio.com app and favorite us today. And if you have a smart speaker, just say play WFAN. The latest updates on the coronavirus, please tune to our sister stations, WCBS 880 and 1010 Wins.
It's Kevin Roberts on the fan.
The phone number here, of course, till 6 o'clock. Big Mike Francesa will come your way. Ernie Acosta on the other side of the glass. Back in Manhattan, we're live from the Town Fair Tire studio. Nobody, and nobody on top of that. Beats Town Fair Tire, nobody.
Tonight we are re-airing Game 7 of the 1986 World Series. A guy who played a big role in that game and obviously played a big role in the 86 team. Longtime Met, Sid Fernandez joins us. Sid, Joe, and Evan, how are you?
El Sid, how are you, Sid?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Really appreciate having you on. I want to go right to the beginning because, you know, the Mets have made some really bad trades and the Mets have made some really good trades. And one of the best trades they made, one of the better ones, was when they traded for you. I believe they got you from the Dodgers for a utility infielder named Bob Taylor. I'm pretty sure that's the guy. How about that? Right? Am I right? I think so.
Yeah, I think Carlos Diaz is my trade also.
Oh, Carlos, okay. But you come over to the Mets from the Dodgers. What were your thoughts when you got the trade, when you found out you were coming here to New York?
Well, you know, at that time, I never been to Chicago.